Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NBA news. We're going to get right to it here. So, the first thing I'm talking about here from NBA Central is Portland. They were set to send Damian Lillard to Miami, apparently. However, comments from his agent upset Blazers officials, leading them to pivot. The agent's remarks, quote, embarrassed the franchise per Ben Mahler. So, I mean, it's just, can we stop talking about this forever? I mean, Damian Lillard's already been traded. I mean, just get over it. Did I think he would go to Miami? Yes. But I guess this is the reason why. I guess somebody got their feelings hurt. But it's like, no one cares anymore now. He's in Milwaukee. It's over. He gave his blessing to Milwaukee and Brooklyn as well. Yes, his preference was the Heat. But that's over now. Let it go, let it go. That's just the facts. But I think they took a better deal anyways, in my opinion. The Blazers did. But I bet Heat fans aren't going to be happy with this, though. I mean, I wouldn't be either, but... Yeah, that's why, so they were going to send him to Miami, but comments from his agent upset the Blazers officials, leading them to, go to Plan B and send him to Milwaukee. Yeah, that's, all of the Blazers and Damian Lillard's shit. So, some NBA executives believe Klay Thompson could secure a 4-year deal worth $30 to $35 annually, per SI Chris Mannix. Quote, Thompson, in the final year of a 5-year, $190 million deal, probably land somewhere in the middle. A 4-year deal in the $30 to $35 million per season range sounds reasonable. At least the NBA executives I talked to. There's no sign of acrimony, how do you say that word, between Thompson and the Warriors. Bet on the two sides getting something done. He's probably going to come back to the Warriors for about another 4 years. I'd say this is probably pretty accurate, because I don't see him leaving the Warriors. It's either... I don't see him going to another team. The only option I could see is if he retired. But I think he'll stay for another 4 years. He played most of the games last year and averaged 22 on 40% from three-point range. And sure, his defense isn't like as good anymore compared to a few years ago before the injuries. Obviously, his defense is taking a big dip. When you get two big injuries with the ACL and Achilles, your defense isn't going to be as good as it once was. He made a career high and the third player ever to eclipse 300 threes in a season. 75% of NBA Twitter is just probably casuals, and I've only been watching for like a few years. It would probably be his last multi-year deal before retirement. The fact that we even have to talk or discuss Klay's contract is crazy to me. He is not too old for those numbers. He literally led the league in threes last year. Like, he didn't play good against the Lakers in the playoff series, but other than that, I thought he had a really good year. Just so many people are like casuals on Twitter, NBA. So Terrence Mann on the Tidal Run Your Race podcast, he believes the Clippers would have won the championship had it not been played in the bubble. So he thinks if it wasn't played in the bubble, that the Clippers would have won the championship. If anything, playing the bubble, you had to prove you were mentally tough to endure. That had to be harder to do. Everyone was playing under the same circumstances. You shoulda, woulda, coulda. Doesn't count in basketball. It only matters if you won. It doesn't matter, oh, I almost won. Well, you didn't win. So, or maybe just don't blow 3-1 leads in the playoffs. That's their fault. So, Bet MGM has Jaren Jackson as the favorite to repeat as the Defensive Player of the Year. He has plus 550 odds the favorite. Giannis and Evan Mobley with each plus 700. AD and Bam Adebayo plus 1,000. Joel Embiid plus 1,400. Draymond Green 1,600. And Brook Lopez 1,800. I'm gonna take Bam Adebayo here, or Draymond to win the Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think Jaren Jackson's gonna go back to back. So Brian Scalabrine said that Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA by a, quote, wide margin. He believes the difference between Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo is as significant as the gap that exists between Miami Heat's LeBron and the second best player at the time. I don't know, I think they're both really good players. Maybe the wide gap margin is a bit of an overreaction, but I'll say Jokic is better. But I'm not saying it's by a wide margin. But Jokic is the best player. Find some more news here. So ESPN released their player rankings, the top 10 for their top 10. Giannis Antetokounmpo at 1, Nikola Jokic at 2, Joel Embiid at 3, Luka Doncic at 4, Stephen Curry at 5, Jason Tatum at 6, Kevin Durant at 7, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 8, LeBron James at 9, and Anthony Davis rounded out the top 10. I don't know. I would probably put Curry ahead of Doncic. Not even biased, he's just better. I don't know if I would have Joel Embiid top 3. I would put Steph Curry in the top 3. I honestly think the 3 best are Jokic, Giannis, and Curry in the player rankings. Other than that, for me, that's the top 3 for me by far. Good to see SGA in the top 10. And he averages like 30 on very efficient shooting, so he is definitely like that. Anybody saying it's not fair is just a hater. But yeah, I mean, him being ranked above Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, LeBron, Anthony Davis, maybe it's a bit of a hot take, but I'd agree. Kyrie Irving was ranked at 34 on the list. I don't know if he's... I think he's at least top 15 or 20. Somewhere around there. At least in my opinion. So an arrest warrant was issued for Miles Bridges again. Quote, it's related to a prior domestic violence incident. However, the situation didn't involve any new allegations of physical violence. It's related to the violation of a protection order, according to the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office and the County Clerk of Court. Bridges, when it comes to domestic violence, I got one more in me. It's time to abolish that franchise, man. Kai Jones I think, got waived. He got released. Yeah, the Hornets waived Kai Jones per Shams. So, yeah, they waived him. Now, like, who did he think he was requesting a trade like that? Come on. He must think he's number 1. But, yeah, the thing with Miles Bridges, we'll get to it here. New details. Miles Bridges is facing legal charges for violating a protection order during a custody exchange, per Joe Bruno, WSOC9. He is accused of throwing billiard balls at his ex-girlfriend's car, damaging the windshield and threatening her. Additionally, due to children being in the car when the incident occurred, he is also charged with child abuse. The victim and Bridges' longtime ex-girlfriend, with whom he shares several children, and they are currently engaged in a custody dispute. Jesus Christ. They just need to let him go, dude. They just need to release him. Like, his career over. They already gave him a second chance and messed up before he could even start. Like, throwing stuff at the windshield while there's children in the car of his ex-girlfriend. Jesus, man. He's a criminal. Just get this man in the league. Apparently today, Miles Bridges turned himself in. There was a tweet at 11 a.m. You can see on NBA Central, their Twitter, you can see his mugshot. Dude is so weird, like, just smiling. Like, you know, he's just smiling, acting like he didn't just... What I read from the details, what he did. They gave him a second chance and he already messed up. But yeah, he's just a criminal. So Jimmy Butler on the season via SI.com. We're gonna suit that shit up in October, and I'm gonna whoop all y'all ass again. Jimmy Butler on the season. Hey, you can't doubt Jimmy Butler. The last like 4 years, he's proved everybody wrong when he says this stuff. People like, oh, they're not gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna make the finals this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made a deep playoff run and shock some people. I'm not going to go over the 11 through 50 rankings, so that'll take too much time. Darvin Ham said he wants Anthony Davis to take 6 3-point shots per game. Well, breaking news, it's not going to happen. I mean, if he can knock them down at a good percentage, yes, but if he can't, then no. Let him just shoot like 2 or 3 a game. John Morant was ranked at 9 on the best players list they had last season. This year they have him ranked at 35. I don't know. It's kind of pretty. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to be a top 30 player when you're guaranteed to at least miss 30% of the regular season. NBA Gents believe LeBron James is the best leader in the league. Well, did it take him 21 years to figure that out? I mean, I don't know if he's the best leader. So, quote, Dylan the Villain, yes, Dylan Brooks, in an interview said there's a target on him. He thinks the refs have an agenda in preseason. He got ejected in a preseason game. He wants to be the villain so bad, he's now called Dylan the Villain. So cringe, I'm sorry. It's just insane. Yeah, that's really all the NBA stuff I wanted to get into. So until next time, I have a lot. Peace.